Walking in Hollywood. We're doing something a little bit different today. I wanted to go to Amoeba to see if I could find a couple of records. So we're so close to Thai Town when you go to Amoeba, so we're getting some lunch at Palms Thai, and I'm starving. Didn't you used to live really close to here when I first met you?
I just lived over there.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I used to take the bus from the west side all the way to East Hollywood from work to get home. This is too long of an answer.
No, that's an interesting answer.
But on Fridays, I would stop at Palms Thai, which is a couple stops before I would get off to go to my apartment. And I would treat myself to like a pad thai and a glass of wine, and it was good.
Let's recreate that. All right, I just ordered. They had a lunch menu, and I couldn't decide whether I wanted pad thai or curry. I just had pad thai at another place a few days ago, so I thought a curry. But honestly, I don't really know the difference between red curry and green curry. So I asked the server, and she said that red curry is a little bit more salty and spicy. Green curry a little sweeter and spicy. And I think she said the green curry was more delicious, so that's what I chose. And I'm so hungry. I know I just mentioned that, but I can't wait for this curry. That looks so good. That's yellow curry for you. Green curry for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so good, and she was absolutely right. The green curry was more delicious compared to what I don't know, but it was so good. But you know, I have to say, you got yellow curry, and I've had many yellow curries, but this one was so coconutty and creamy. I don't want to say I liked it even better than the green curry.
It was better. It was better.
Thankfully, the portions were so big that I had a lot of yellow curry as well. And then when she asked which one we liked better, Brennan said yellow curry. And I kind of lied and I said, I don't know, I love them both. And she went like that, like she was so happy that I love them both. That is so cute. She was cute. All right, we're gonna head to Amoeba. If you're familiar with LA, you know that Hollywood is not very nice, especially when it's this hot. But we want to walk off some of that curry because it was a lot of food. Okay, and by the way, what I'm hoping to find at Amoeba is the new album by Nation of Language. Number one, I don't know if it's out yet. Number two, I don't know if it's being released on vinyl, but I assume so because I have another record from them. And we'll see. I've been listening to Madonna's Ray of Light album recently, and I'll reveal why at another time. But basically, it's because I interviewed my friend Susanna Melvoin for the podcast, and we talked about a song that she wrote that's on Ray of Light. I guess I told you why I've been listening to Ray of Light, but whatever. I think it's probably my favorite album from Madonna. So let's see if they have it. And look, here's Arturo. Not sure why he's taking a rest. It's hot. Maybe he just had a curry. Oh, look at this. Nation of Language is actually playing here. Should go and try and get a ticket or something. I'm so bad at getting tickets to things, but it's not until next month, so maybe we should actually try and do it. Yeah, and I think that Westerman is opening, and I love Westerman, so that would...
Mia.
Oh, hi Mia.
Pamela.
So the girls are hanging out on this corner. Some old school Walkmans. Cool. We're in Franklin Village. We just went to the bookstore and I found some really good things. So let me show you. I got this record of Bach trumpet pieces. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but I grew up playing the trumpet. And I remember my trumpet teacher, Jim, told me some story about some Bach piece that was so high and difficult to play that anyone who attempted to play this piece died. I wonder if that piece is on this record. That's kind of why I got it, to be honest. But anyway, I like piccolo trumpets. It sounds very autumnal, back to school, early morning. And, you know, I've been feeling that way. And look at this. I picked up this issue of Arena from 1988. What I was looking for was maybe GQ 86, because that's when I started collecting that magazine. But we're only 2 years off, and I leafed through it in the store. Really great ads. Look at this ad for Selfridges. But I got excited when I saw an ad for Check and Speak 88. I wonder if I can find it. I love that fragrance. Oh, I actually remember this ad from the 80s. It's great. It smells like a library. The Whitney Factor. Anyway, I'll find the Check and Speak ad when I've got more time and I'll show it to you. But this is so good. Honestly, I think I'd have more fun going through this magazine from 1988 than going through a magazine of right now, to be honest. I used to have a mini bottle of Crizia Uomo. In fact, I think I still do. I'm gonna look for that. Here we go. Here's the ad. I didn't realize 88 was out that long. Huh. Maybe it came out in 88. Maybe that's why it's called number 88. Okay, this is cool. Green carnations at Trader Joe's. We could smell the cinnamon brooms from the parking lot. Where are they? Here they are. Found them. Even little ones. I wanted to show you these flower arrangements. Yesterday before work, Brennan and I stopped by the LA Flower Market, and he made this incredible arrangement of hydrangea with, I guess these are thistle. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but it's this beautiful cloud, and I love the way the colors work with the painting right above it. And then when I got home from work, I put this together. I don't know what these are, these little lanterns. Maybe they're Chinese lanterns? And I found these orange berries. But what's really fun is all of this mint. I got this huge bouquet of mint. And I've always loved the idea of having mint in flower arrangements because of the fragrance it gives. At night especially, these lanterns just glow in the light. That's so pretty. And there was a lot more, so I made 2 more arrangements. Along with this coneflower. Brennan actually got that the week before, but they still look great. And then this little arrangement in the tulip vase. There's plenty of mint left over, so they're in this bucket. I'm not sure what to do with them, along with some extra coneflower against this piece that Brennan gold-leafed last week. I think it looks super cool. He was inspired by Luis Barragan's house in Mexico City, where there was this gold-leafed canvas or board right next to the window. So we kind of recreated that. I think it looks great. So yesterday evening before dinner, Brennan and I thought it'd be nice to end such a hot day getting a beer. So we went to the Highland Park Brewery. We haven't been there a long time. And we thought, what are we getting ourselves into? Because there was no parking for miles. We finally did find something, but there's this loud thumping music in there. And it turns out right across the street in the big park near Chinatown was some like dance music festival. It was crazy. All these people walking around looking like they're dressed from Euphoria, that TV show. Anyway, we enjoyed the pint. It was great. But driving back, the moon was massive. You know how the full moon this time of year is just so huge and just seems to hover above the horizon? It's like that. I thought maybe it's Chuseok. That's the Korean Thanksgiving, but we looked it up and Chuseok is actually the full moon in October. So, not happy Chuseok. But anyway, happy full moon. It was so glorious and beautiful, and it kind of affects the way I feel, to be honest. And then this morning, when I went to the park with the pugs, it was still out, almost as bright. Incredible. So, I'm hearing that you enjoyed me going around my collection, so I decided to work on another section this week because I only got that one done last week. So first, I'm gonna kind of see what's in one of these boxes, because like I said, I don't remember what's in them, and see if anything needs to actually go back into rotation. So let's have a look. This is a Le Labo box. I know exactly what's in here. The fragrances I own from Le Labo, which is the Poivre, the black pepper, which is the London city exclusive. I bought it in London. And also Rose 31 is in here. I think that's it. Rose 31. Oh, and Patchouli 24, of course. That's the first one I ever bought from Le Labo. And I bought it because of Luca Turin's write-up in the guide A to Z. He was saying that it smelled like a particular room in the university in Moscow that he attended. Airless, dusty, leather books. And it does have that feel. Although, I never wear it. This is an old soap box, but it's filled with little Polaroid pictures. Oh, that's a nice picture, actually. I'm gonna have to zoom in on this at one point. All right, what do we have here? Oh, look at this beautiful box. This, I remember, was this promotion so long ago, well over 20 years ago, from Hermès, where if you bought the fragrance, I think it was Eau de Merveille, it came with other products, like maybe a lotion or something like that. So the perfumes are gone, but this box is just so pretty. Let's see what's happening here. Oh, oh, there are some treasures in here. Let me show you. Some treasures. So this is Tom Ford Bois Marocain. This is actually an old tester from work. They discontinued this fragrance. Oh, very nice scent. There's hardly any left. Maybe just a couple of sprays. Maybe a little bit more. I'll hold on to it. This is a Dias Durga in the old packaging, which I quite like. And this one is called Sir. I do love it. This is kind of an old school sheep. And it's a shame that it got discontinued, but I kind of see that it's not really a popular style at all, so it doesn't surprise me. The original Comme des Garçons. I talked about this in another video in my associations with it and living in New York, discovering this for the first time. I'll say it again. It smells like a box of dusty Christmas ornaments, something that you just took out of the attic. I love that. Ah, tea for two. We missed this one. This is from L'Artisan Parfumeur. A beautiful gingerbread-like smell. I do love this very much. I'm pretty sure that's discontinued, as is this one from Penhaligon's. This is Lily and Spice. There aren't that many Lily fragrances these days. It's a shame. Oh, this is really nice. Almost empty. This was a limited edition Jasmine from Diptyque. And the liquid I can see is a dark red color, it seems. I've noticed that fragrances that have real jasmine or orange blossom turn a dark color over time. It doesn't affect the smell, but that's the look. I don't even know if this will spray because I don't know if you found this, but these bulb atomizers, they're very tricky. Sometimes they just stop working and they're kind of messy, but they look great. Very romantic. What is this one? This is one of the Jardins from Hermès. So there's a little bit of an Hermès theme. Ah, un jardin sur le Nil. Really beautiful. These Jardin fragrances were during Jean-Claude Hellen's tenure at Hermès, and he has that beautiful, subtle, poetic style. So this one is watery and green. I don't know if there's a little touch of fig in there, but really gorgeous scent. Oh, this little guy from Annick Goutal. This is Myrrhe Ardent. I remember when this brand came out with these fragrances that were more like ambers and myrrhs and frankincense. That's beautiful. Myrrh has a very specific smell. It's much rounder than frankincense, which is more lemony and pine-like. Myrrh is soft, more like benzoin, and sometimes has licorice-like notes. So these are all great, but none of them are going to go into the rotation because I just don't see myself wearing them. Something like Tea for Two I absolutely adore, but I kind of keep it more for reference. Same with Lily and Spice because they're such fantastic smells. I like to know that I can wear them whenever I want, but I won't wear them regularly because I don't want them to really run out. Okay, that was fun. Let's see. Okay, so some of you have been asking if I arrange things by brand, and sometimes I do, but it's more just for the visuals, if anything else. They look good together. For example, this is from Prada. This is Infusion d'Iris. Oh, it doesn't smell very iris to me. It has this very particular Prada smell, which I love. Very powdery, and yeah, I still love this. And then I found this one, I think last year, maybe on Mercari. This is Infusion d'Oyer. This is their carnation. It smells very similar to the iris, but you do get that beautiful clove-like carnation note. And last year I was on such a carnation kick, and I just tried to keep adding carnation fragrances to the collection. Oh, this is great. This is Mehdi from Trudon. Oh, really bright and beautiful, sort of like a grapefruit, but it lasts nicely. It's not this ephemeral eau de cologne. It actually has some presence and sticks around. Love this one. I forget about this one. Okay, Iris de Gris. This is from L'Artisan Parfumeur. I think I talked about this in the fennel video a few weeks ago where I was talking about vegetable smells. This is by the perfumer Contembiche, and it's a beautiful sugar snap pea scent. So wonderful with these metallic flashes. I bought this in Paris before I knew that we were going to be getting it at work, which is, you know, a shame because no employee discount, but well worth it. I love this. Oh, so maybe I have a little green moment here with the Iris de Gris, and here is Poème de Saguenay from Ella K. I got this shortly after meeting the perfumer Sonia Constant. I loved her story about visiting the bamboo forest in Saguenay, Japan, and these wonderful smells of yuzu, bamboo, eucalyptus. It's so vibrant, so alive. I love all these different shades of green in here. Karine, you probably don't need me to talk about this because I've talked about it so much in the past couple of months. From Karine Reutfeld, fantastic jasmine and patchouli, a proper chypre, very, very sophisticated. I've been wearing this a lot. I just got this in March when we were in London. I got this at Liberty. This is the Derby Rose from Chantecaille. So wonderful. A perfect garden rose. It's so dewy and fresh. It makes me think of actual David Austin roses. I was wearing this non-stop when I first bought it. And, oh, that's good. Let's do a little bit right now. But I like how these boxes have that same sliding effect. They're good together. Okay, back here are just some interesting objects. These are tapered candles from Trudon. I was going through a black candle phase, and I'll probably do so again now that Halloween is coming up. Whoa, look at this big, beautiful box. This came from work. So Erise Le Grand had this grooming vinegar, kind of a splash vinegar that you could use maybe as an antiseptic or as a toner. I love that kind of product. In fact, Diptyque has one too that I love. It has almost a Listerine-like smell, very medicinal with thyme notes. Oh my goodness, look what's going on here. I'm almost scared to go through this. Okay. Emeraude Agar from Atelier Cologne, their agar wood. I remember this. This was from Henrik Vibskoff. I think this is B, and it smells smoky. Yeah, I love that. I think Henrik Vibskoff still has a line of perfume, but they're in different bottles, which are equally cute looking, but I love its little sweater. L'eau de l'eau. This is so nice. This has such a wonderful soapiness to it. And I'm trying to figure out what that is. It might be clove, but there's something so pleasing in here. Imagine a soap that had clove smells. Oh, really nice. I'm tempted to put this out into rotation. It's something I really do like to wear. But not today. This is a little mini of Invasion Baobab. This is maybe my all-time favorite fougere. It's so elegant. It's like wearing a suit. I love that little bit of ginger in here, along with geranium and violet. The tassel is outstanding. It has such good projection and presence. It just sticks around forever. Now, I really wish this unscrewed so I could just top it up with this guy, but what are you going to do? Ah, this is Gucci Poem. I bought this from my dad, and I think he liked it. He never really said so, but he wore most of the bottle. And now that he's no longer with us, I just keep this around for the memory. So nice. It has that nice church incense smell, along with maybe a whiskey note. The perfumer who did this was Michel Elmayrac, and he is the perfumer for a brand called Parfum de Parfum. And I think he just took out his notes for this fragrance and recreated it for that brand. And it's called Papyrus Oud. It's so similar, if not exactly the same. But I don't really reach for that because it's not Gucci Poem. And this is the bottle that belonged to my dad. This is the second fragrance from the Hotel Coste. I love the original Coste fragrance. Again, very clove-like. This is so powdery and soft. A lot of musk. And I guess touches of florals. It's, again, so powdery and soft. I remember wearing this when it first came out, and I would get compliments too. I think that musk has great projection. But I don't think they make this anymore. So again, this is more of a reference for me when I just want to smell a very pretty, powdery, soft floral musk. Oh, no idea how dusty it gets in here. Even with the doors closed, it just gets so dusty. So this is that cherry fizz. Is that what does that say? Cherry bliss?
Cherry bliss.
This is cherry bliss. You might know this from when I interviewed Luca Turin for the podcast, and this was one of the fragrances he wanted to talk about. It's great for what it is. It smells like a mall perfume, and his daughter wears this, but his daughter's like 12 years old. So I can't wear this because I'm not really doing the 12-year-old girl thing. But the bottle looks really cool, and it reminds me of that conversation with Luca. So I keep it in my collection. I think it actually looks really cool against this dark wood. All right. Looks like I have a few from Asti de Vilat here. Delhi. I bought this before our trip to London because I thought it'd be a great travel scent. And it is. This fantastic patchouli with Nag Champa. Just beautiful. I love going to Indian supermarkets just to look at soaps and incense, and this brings me right there. I love it. Commune de Paris. This is fantastic. I remember this was a gift from my friend Yvetra. Thank you, Yvetra. And it's one of their colognes. And what I love about it is this little touch of powderiness. You think of eau de colognes as being very citrus forward and neroli, but I get this really nice touch of, what was it? Was it almond? I haven't worn this in a while. But the packaging is really good too, don't you think? With this fantastic box. Hi! Do you want to smell Commune de Paris? Do you like it? She likes it. Monte la Jolie. If I had $1 for every time I talked about this scent, you would have thought I'd won the lottery. This is great. Mint, basil, tomato. Just wonderful. Layers perfectly with things. In fact, oh, are you looking for a perfume to wear? This says Les Nuits, which is a beautiful rose patchouli, but it's not actually Les Nuits in there. What's in here? Oh, what a nice surprise. Okay, this is Giardini di Montecatini number 6 from Princess Marcella Borghese. when I was in high school, I would go to the department store with my friend Kathy, and we'd smell all the perfumes, and we had a moment with Princess Marcella Borghese. Their shampoo was so cool. It smelled like geranium. And I fell in love with this perfume. Just a classic chypre. It smells like an 80s chypre. And I got my friend Kathy to buy it. I didn't, because back then I didn't think I could get a women's fragrance. You know how marketing is. Like now I don't care, but as a 17-year-old, I cared about stuff like that. And whenever I would see Kathy, years after that, she would be wearing this fragrance, but she wore it only once in a while, so it probably lasted her. She probably still has some left. I mentioned this story to someone who was visiting the store. This is many years ago. And I think she had an antique store in Arizona. And she so kindly and thoughtfully sent me this bottle because she remembered our conversation. And I'm so appreciative of that. Thank you. Okay, this is Ossa from Notte di Profumi. And it's the same company as Profumum Roma. This is the most perfect tuberose. Look at this insane bottle. I think, I could be wrong, but I think it says that this is 100 milliliters. There's no way. This looks like 1,000 milliliters. Oh, by the way, this is not Ossa from Notte di Profumi. This is Eau Argentine from Yonks. Yes, that's right. Yonks was the brand started by Olivia Jacobetti. The boutique was attached to the Hotel Coste in Paris. Brennan and I went there many years ago and went to Yonks, and we both bought Eau Argentine. It has such a gorgeous coumarin situation, that hay-like smell. I remember the woman in the store kept saying that it was a mate fragrance. So whenever we wear this scent, we say mate, but it's not. It's all about coumarin, this scent. Wow. Yeah, this is definitely bigger than 100 mil. But I keep it next to this one. Now this is the Ossa from Notte di Profumi. And they're together in the collection because of the way they look. This is that perfect tuberose. Of all the perfumes I own, this is the most coveted. Everyone I work with wants this bottle, but it's not easy to get because this fragrance is not distributed in the United States. It's this perfect green tuberose. Very reminiscent of coneflower from Frédéric Malle. I like it even better, to be honest, because the dry down of coneflower becomes a little bit boring for me. But that's just me. This one stays put a little bit better. It has that nice green tuberose smell. Gorgeous. I'm so glad I'm doing this because I didn't know that I had these wonderful tapered candles from Trudon. Look at this. This fantastic powder blue and this, what are you going to call that? Egg yolk, maybe? For a while, I was really into burning these candles at dinner time. I haven't done that in a little while. Probably because I forgot that I have so many candles. Oh, where's my sweater? Okay, these are great. Oh, look at this little Kiehl's Musk just popped up. Kiehl's Musk is wonderful. It gives me a little bit of Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. Okay, so I discovered so many years ago that you can get these travel size bottles from the Hermescence collection at Hermes. You have to get 4 that come in this box, but you can mix and match. They don't all have to be the same one. And you can actually double up if you want, or have all 4 of the same. So historically, my favorite from that collection is Poivre Samarcande. Here it is. So elegant. I still think that. There's so much isoe super in here, as well as this really wonderful cracked pepper. It almost has this leather-like smell. You know how car leather can smell peppery sometimes? I just think it oozes sophistication. I remember meeting Marc-Antoine Berrois, who has a really beautiful line of perfumes, and he said that he bonded with the perfumer Contembiche over this scent because they both loved it so much. And they would layer it with Kelly Calèche, also from Hermès. I love that one too, but I don't have that in my collection, so that's probably something that I need to add. So I've done this assortment pack from Hermès a few times, and each time I get 2 Poivre Samarcande, because I go through them. And the last time I did it, Poivre Samarcande again. So this must be Santal Masoya. Oh, this is nice. It really brings me back to that time of maybe 15 years ago. I remember I was listening to that band, The Drums, a lot, and I smelled like this, Santal Masoya. It doesn't smell like your classic sandalwood at all. It's not woodsy, but it does have a nice freshness and creaminess. Honestly, it even goes a little bit into mall masculine. That's probably why I like it so much. Remember, Fierce from Abercrombie is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. Oh, that's nice. If I were to do this 4-pack collection now, I'd probably get the Ambre Narguilé, because I've never owned that one and I love it. There was a Muguet, a Lily of the Valley. I don't know if it's still available, but I would certainly get it if so. There was an Iris, like a Japanese iris that, again, if it's still available, I would get that. And the Cuir d'Ange, that beautiful leather scent with that dominant Band-Aid note. I definitely want that for my collection. So I had these loosey-goosey in the wardrobe, but I actually do have the box they came in, so I'm gonna put them back, make it tidier looking. And I hope I remember that I'm putting the Kiehl's Musk in with them. Look how cozy they are. Okay, let's put things back together. In the meantime, what have you been wearing recently? I'd love to know. What are your fall scents? And okay, these tubes can go back. Two from Prada here. Oh, Poème de Sagano. Chantecaille, Carine. There you have it, part 2 of the collection. Looking good. Okay, let me show you that cool picture I took. Maybe I'll do this separately because collection. Okay, as ever, thank you for hanging out with me. I'd love to hear what you're up to. Happy pre-Chuseok, and I'll see you next time. Let's take this off. Do you want to sit on my lap for the camera? Okay. Ooh. You've got a lot of hair, Suki.